War to war. We are ready to die. June 12 protesters DS police in Oyo. The youth who staged a peaceful protest at the Mokola roundabout told a security Nigerian agencies that they were ready to die as long as the country will improve in all areas. The protesters carried various placards with inscriptions such as "Bury must go," "End impunity in Nigeria," "Food is costly, we must get angry," "Revolution now," among others. Sahara reporters observed that some groups of youth protesters from the Agodi government house to the front of the University of Ibadan campus, while some stationed themselves at the Makola roundabout, observed that many youths who are human rights activists insist that the protest must continue unabated. It's so ironic to me to be saying that today is a democracy day in Nigeria, where every Nigerians are afraid to express their freedom of speech and exercise their civil rights. It's so disheartening to say Nigerian democracy turning to mobocracy, where every normal thing have turned into abnormalities. The same evil perpetration that happened in June 12, 1993 is still going on in Nigeria to date. No Nigerian can criticize the government without collecting his or her size from the government. The security personnel have turned to a toothless dog to the Boko people, bandits, Fulani herdsmen, and unknown gunmen. And they turned fully among against themselves, protesters that are demanding their rights from the government. In that case, they are serving the government's interest to winch hunt the Nigerians. But let this come to your reminder that no matter how you become ruthless, callous, and dreadful against harmless Nigerians in demanding for their rights, Abacha did more than that and is nowhere to be found today. You see, it will amaze you that what is busy trending since yesterday is no other thing than this June 12 protest. And it's worth it. It's worth it. Yes, it's worth it. Because our leaders have failed to know their responsibilities. They know, but they have failed to pay attention to it. They have failed to attend to it. You see, just like it has just been pointed out in this broadcast, that what has actually warranted this youth to come out en masse to protest is because what really happened in that same June 12 is still what is still happening in this very period. So for it not to continue or continue repeating itself, that is why the youth have decided to come out en masse and say no, enough is enough. We cannot continue like this. You see that? So we cannot say that the youth are wrong in this action. Instead, what I would say that the youth need is a support. It's a support. They need to be supported in this agitation, because it is not their own agitation but agitation for all. They are fighting for the nation. They are fighting for their children unborn, because they have been affected. They don't want their children to be affected. They don't want their children to be affected. Their children they have suffered. They don't want their children to suffer. If our parents has fought assiduously, I'm telling you, what we are going through today, we wouldn't have been going through it. Yes, I'm telling you, they left the government to do their wish. They gave the government the chance and the opportunity to do their wish, to carry out their wish. If not, what we are going through today wouldn't have been happening. Wouldn't have been happening. So now I would say that enough is enough. What the youth are saying is a reality. Let the right thing be done. Let the youth be safe. Let the masses be delivered. And let the right thing be done. What the youth are pointing out in this very day, being June 12, is the lapses we have been experiencing in this country, Nigeria. Poor economy, lack of job, poor education, poor infrastructure, low income earning, and what have you. What are we not experiencing in this godforsaken country? They are much, they are enormous, they are too much. We have waited and we have experienced enough. We have experienced too much. The youth can no longer bear it. That is why they came out en masse to cry out and say no to this injustice. Injustice, injustice, injustice. That is what the youth are crying for. Of a truth, that is true. You see, there is nothing bad in coming out to speak against injustice, and that is what protest calls for. Protest give you the room to come out and speak against injustice. It gives you the opportunity to correct the system of the government that is not properly corrected. It gives you the opportunity to speak against evil governance, bad leadership, and corrupt malpractices. Do you understand? That is what it gives you the room to do. But so many people till this very day is telling you, please, 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 it is not true. What is not true? Someone is trying to save your ass from the insecurity problem we are having in our country, and you are trying to fool yourself. You're trying to fool yourself. Well, that is that, by the way, my dear viewers. With all this that we have seen, that we have witnessed, I will tell you that this June 12th, what protesting for, protesting against, it was being criticized, in fact, because what the country Nigerian actually expects from the leaders of this country is not being met. Well, my dear viewers, based on this very fact, what do you think? Don't forget to leave your comments below the comment section. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to receive more updates. Thank you.